Hello, my name is Michael Ligozi, and I'm doing my research report for Comp 200 or Comp 2000 on mesenchymal stem cell therapy or MSC therapy. MSC therapy is a relatively new form of regenerative medicine technique. It's still in the process of being clinically approved. Part of my research that I'm going to be doing is finding ways to improve the efficacy of the treatment. I won't be doing the actual research, but I'll be searching out scholarly articles and things of that nature. Mesenchymal stem cell therapy is on the horizon of revolutionizing medicine. So basically, what it is it's a cell that has yet to be transcribed into potentially any other kind of cell. So you can imagine the way that it can improve a person's life if it can be targeted for specific illness, disease, etc. According to clinicaltrials.gov, there's 928 clinical trials being done in the world and 170 just being done in the United States. It's important to challenge the efficacy of MSC injection therapy because there's so much money and energy and focus on the future of this field. So it's important to consider both sides. The research of the MSCs themselves is being done in laboratories, but like I said, they're being clinically approved. I have some background in this field. By no means am I a stem cell biologist or researcher yet, but I have been interning at the U.S. Stem Cell Clinic as a student assistant and helping and assisting in procedures done there. I've assisted in adipose tissue extraction or fat tissue extraction, as well as bone marrow extraction and processing. The idea is that the stem cells come from this tissue and they're able to be separated and then re-injected into the body. As of now, this is considered an alternative form of medicine because, like I said, it's not clinically practiced, but this experience has given me insight to kind of the penultimate steps of these stem cells because we're extracting, processing, re-injecting, but I would like to know how well these treatments work once they're inside of the body and what can be done to improve these things. My first form of research was looking at Reddit threads. This is pretty informal, not scientific, but it definitely gave me insight as to the way that these people were able to express their experiences with the treatments. The second form has been through multiple different scholarly articles, including immunological responses from the biology behind the stem cell therapies, the timeline of stem cell research, and stem cell therapies for specific heart malfunctions, I guess, to increase the stem cell efficacy. These topics will further the discussion of the importance of stem cell therapy and emphasize new ways to improve the efficacy of MSC injection therapy. Now, I'm not a stem cell scientist, so I'm in no position to disagree or agree even with the research being presented. But on the other side, I am able to look at these articles in an objective fashion. Some gaps that I've seen in the research so far are the long-lasting effects of the stem cell therapy. How well do they last? That's part of what I'm going to be looking at. But long-term, are there any genetic differences, etc.? That does raise a question. What are the genetic differences long-term of some of these therapies? So I think the biggest research question that I'm considering is how effective is mesenchymal stem cell therapy of the heart, and what are ways that can help advance the efficacy of this treatment. Now I'm considering the heart because it's the most researched of any form. I'm also considering doing through IV, which is through the vein injection, or through the muscle injection, or as well as the brain, because the brain stem cell therapy in the brain probably will affect the most people in the most profound way. I mean, the biggest question I have going forward is finding the information in improving the stem cell treatments, just because of how relatively new the field is. I mean, it's new. Like it's on the forefront of medicine. Not There's a lot of research going on around it, so I'm excited definitely to look into it more.